G'day guys, it's Simon from Pumped On Property here and Happy New Year. Welcome to 2024. I can't believe it. We got a fresh start, we got a fresh year, but before we start talking about our plans and goals for the year ahead, I'd like to go back and review 2023. I think a lot of people forget to take stock of what they've been through and what they've done in the past year and then move on to planning for the year ahead. So I'll be bringing another video to you later this week or early next week where we'll be talking about the year ahead and different ways that you can plan your goals for the year. But in today's video, I really want to go through 2023 and have a bit of a review of that year. I'm going to present some questions that you could maybe address and answer for yourself so that you can go real deep and start to become a better version of yourself and start working towards becoming the person that you really want to be. Now, the first question you want to ask yourself is, what lessons did I learn in 2023? I'm sure everybody learned an absolute lot. If you're anything like me, you like listening to podcasts, YouTube videos, audio books. I subscribe to a bunch of emails that I love to read as well, just to keep my finger on the pulse and keep learning more about myself, about the world, about the economy, about the property market, so I can become a slightly better version of myself. One thing that I think is really important here is to use the word lessons. Don't look back at the failures and the challenging experiences that you had to go through and label them like that. When you label it as a lesson, there's something that you can take out of it, and it allows you to operate with a more optimistic view of the world as opposed to a pessimistic view of the world. And I really believe that if you've got a more optimistic view of the world, which means that you believe the future is going to be better than the past, you can generally have a much easier journey through life, and things will generally happen for you as opposed to it feeling like things are happening at you. Now, for me, I think the biggest lesson that I learned is that I need to do my own research. I can't just believe the media or believe the narrative out there. I remember back in the end of 2022, we did a video predicting property prices and economic movements in 2023. 100% of people got it wrong. And if you followed the media throughout 2023, it was extremely negative, extremely pessimistic, like the world was going to end. It didn't. But when I did my own research, I subscribed to CoreLogic, I subscribed to SQM, I subscribed to Property Share Market Economics, I subscribed to Market Briefs, and I get a really well-rounded understanding as to what's actually happening in the market. By following the data as opposed to the narrative, it enabled me to make better decisions and feel a hell of a lot better throughout the year. So maybe if you're not following those people, start following the data, get rid of the negative media, the negative noise in your world, because it's just not serving anyone and they are not accurate. The next question you want to ask yourself is, what did I change my mind on last year? I think a lot of people believe that they're fixed with their values and their beliefs and they can't change them. But this is a bit of an ignorant view of the world. I think we all change as we grow and as we learn and as we gather more experience throughout life. So it's like, what did I actually change my mind on? And taking stock of those things. You really don't want to live life in an echo chamber where you're just surrounding yourself with people that have the exact same beliefs, the exact same values as you. You don't want to become that self-fulfilling prophecy. Because then you miss out on opportunity and you will have blind spots. So just challenging yourself and actually asking the question as to what I actually changed my mind on this year will help you expand your horizons and expand your beliefs and your values, which might shine a light on some of those blind spots, which will help you avoid to make mistakes and hopefully move in a better direction moving forward. Now, something that I changed my mind on this year was my view of the future. So I always thought that my personality type was always just very future focused, and I thought that was just who I am. But throughout the year, I spent a lot more time focusing on the now, focusing on the present moment and bringing myself back to reality. And I had a great bloody year doing that. So I think it's really important to just recognize those things or those labels that you've put on yourself or that personality type that you think that you are or the way that you think that you are. It sometimes may not be the case. You know, for me, I've always been the person that spends so much time thinking about the future, spends so much time thinking about where I'm headed next. When just taking a step back and enjoying the moment a little bit more enables me to be a little bit happier and a little bit less stressed about how everything's coming along. So that was one of the things that I changed my mind on this year. The next question here has two ways of looking at it. It's what gave me energy this year, or what promoted energy this year, and what drained my energy this year. You obviously want to be focusing on doing the things or spending time with the people that give you energy, that make you feel better when you leave the room rather than when you walked into it. And you really want to avoid the behaviors, the habits, the people, the things that you do that drain your energy. You know, we only have so much energy to give. We're energetic beings, and we need to make sure that we are doing things that promote an energy uplift. So just being conscious of the people that you hang out with, the things that you do, and trying to avoid the bad things that drain your energy, and trying to create a world where you have more energy in your life. Because if you're anything like me, when you've got that high energy, you feel like you're unstoppable, you feel like you're in flow, you feel as though everything is happening for you, which is just a beautiful way of living. Whereas when you're drained, you've got a much more negative mindset. You're always looking at the bad things in life, not the good things in life. The gratitude starts to drop. You're not the best version of yourself. So you need to cut that shit out of your life and start working towards being the best version of yourself and surrounding yourself with the people and the things that give you energy. Now, the last question I want you to ask yourself is, what did I not do this year because of fear? Fear really holds us back from realizing our true potential. And I think we all have fear, and that's okay. It's a natural part of the human experience. But you also need to recognize the things that spike your cortisol, that put you into a more anxious frame of mind or a depressed frame of mind, that make you more fearful. You know, I talked to a lot of people who set the intention to purchase an investment property in 2023 that never ended up doing that. They missed out on a 10% growth year. So all you got to do is recognize the fear, recognize what holds you back, because this recognition enables you to move through it, enables you to move past it, and then make towards decisions, towards a better life for yourself, towards a better future for yourself, and towards the person that you want to become. You know, I really don't like when people play life halfway. You know, you've got to go all in. But so many people use external realities as an excuse to not do things that they can absolutely do. And this is always fear-driven. So check in on the things that you didn't do because of fear. Check in on the things that held you back from becoming a better version of yourself. And in the new year, moving forward, try and avoid those things. Just try and recognize them and know that fear is a natural part of the human experience. It isn't going to go anywhere. But if you can actually move through it, feel the fear and do it anyway. It's a great book if you haven't read it. And then obviously you'll start making better decisions. And that is full circle and comes back to the first question as to what lessons did I learn throughout the year. If you did something and it didn't work out the way that you wanted to, at least you've learned a lesson from it. But nothing from nothing is nothing, but nothing from something can completely change your world. So move through it, do what you can, surround yourself with better people, educate yourself more, because I feel as though education will help overcome those fears. And then let's get out there and crush it in 2024. I hope these questions have given you some ideas to reflect on the year that you've just had. And then in the next video, we'll talk a little bit more about the ideas and the questions that you can ask yourself to make sure that you can go out there and crush it in 2024. Thanks heaps for listening, guys. I wish you the best of luck.
Woo!
That's a wrap.
That's a wrap.
Getting cool, bro. Yeah.
Oh, sweaty. So sweaty. Oh, that's good.